Hi, it's Mits from MyLifeMits. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have been dying to film this video. I wanted to share with you the current junk journals that I am using. I have two Traveler's Notebook type of junk journal inserts. I have this Trashy type of junk journal and this beautiful custom-made junk journal by Johanna. And yes, anyways, I'm going to get right into it. So let's start off with this small one here. This is actually a really beautiful transparent bookmark from Amanda 2 Cups Travels. She also has a YouTube and Instagram, and all the people that I mentioned I will of course always link the information in the description box down below, but there was this clear pocket and so I decided to put this bookmark in there because it's so pretty. And I forgot to mention this insert is actually from Moon, and she also has Instagram as well. So I believe I filmed a it's junk journal time spread with regards to this spread here, so I will post it down below if you're interested in checking that out. But yeah, I just really like this size. This is a field note size. I've included just bits and bobs of ephemera, excuse me, ephemera. I used the tea packet as a little pocket and some packaging as well. I collaged some calendar sheets that I haven't used up. I was practicing drawing the sakura with a brush pen and just adding little bits and pieces. And I like this size very much. It's a field note size, like I said, and it fills up really quickly. So even if you have just a couple of bits that you wanted to add, it's a perfect size for that. So there's some papers in that. So this is the first one. I don't reach for it often because I forget about it because it's so small, and I have it here beside my table, and my husband has been using this table for several weeks, and that's why it's been so hard to film. But anyways, moving forward, let's just do a quick flip through of the one in here in my Traveler's Notebook. I'm sorry, I'm trying to move really fast. I might have to end up breaking this video up into 2 parts if it gets too long. So this is the Olive Edition Traveler's Notebook. I love this leather so much. It's just really different from my other ones. It's soft and very pliable just right from the get-go. Anyways, this is not a Olive Edition review, but so I'm using this one here as my insert. If you want to set up video of how I set up my Traveler's Notebook, just let me know down below. But I haven't really finished with the cover. I just kind of add bits and pieces here and there. But it's already getting so chunky, even though I remember creating this insert and it wasn't like the full, I think full 32 pages. It was something like 20 or something. But anyways, let me quickly flip through it. I always have a problem with the first page. I always end up leaving it blank and just skipping over it. Some watercolor that my son did in January. I always like to date. This here is, this one is a Trashy type of junk journal insert. So I'm using pamphlets and things. This pamphlet here is from Blue Star Donuts in Yokohama. When my sister came from Canada, we went there to eat. And my neighbor is so sweet. She gave me a bag of oranges and she put this on like in front of the bag just to let me know because she had like the sweet oranges and like the semi-sweet ones, and I guess she didn't know how to inform me, so she put sweetie. Isn't that so cute? Anyways, and then there's like a little note there with a happy face sticker. This is just some packaging, some more packaging. I just sewed there on the sewing machine some of the pages before I made the insert. This is really nice. It smells really nice. It's from Jane the Crazy, and it's like an aroma bookmark. I didn't open it up all the way, but I guess I opened up like the corner part. I don't know if you can see that, but it smells really nice. And so I kept that in there. because I sewed the pocket, I can kind of tuck it inside the pocket there. You can see the sewing there. This is just a cutout from a magazine, some collaging postcards that I like to put in, and some magazine bits. This one, I'm not too sure what that is. I put down some distress stain and I felt like it looked like a cow, so I drew that. And then this page is a postcard from my decorated mess. I just did some journaling there. Collage bits from Courtney Diaz, the Little Raven ink, some Happy Mail stickers, and a message from Trashy. And this spread, I believe I filmed, and it's on YouTube as well. Just a page spread with when I went to Taco Bell. Some more really pretty packaging from Mia, my decorated mess. This is so pretty, so I cut it out and stuck it in there. Some journaling, some Happy Mail from Marianne, a pocket full of vintage, and London gifties as well, and some journaling on the back. Sometimes I prep my pages in advance with some, like you can see here, with some distress inks and whatnot. I have a whole bunch of baby photos that I have stashed away, and I decided to just stick them. It doesn't, I don't know, I had this thing before where I felt like it has to be in chronological order and it has to be divided between my daughter and my son, and it's stashed away, so why not take them out and stick them randomly in my notebooks. That way when I'm flipping through my notebooks once in a while, I can see these photos once in a while. I think it's better than just being stashed away. I have their photos kind of organized in one album, but the rest of the album I have just stashed away, and they're just in a big pile, so I decided to finally stick some random ones here and there throughout my notebooks. These are just some tags. I ended up sewing just some ephemera pieces together, some packaging, this paper envelope, stickers there. I ended up folding the paper bag on itself and then made a pocket. I think I don't know, it's kind of hard to show how I sew. I just recently kind of got into it, just kind of sewing random bits and pieces together, and then later on adding them into my journal. I wish I could kind of show you the process, but it's really, really random. But yeah, you could definitely stick like a journal card in there if you like. I kind of made a mistake. I ended up shutting this bag up, but if I left it open I could have easily made that into a pocket. But you can stick something there. Some paper, some beautiful Japanese paper that I received. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name, but I'll post her Instagram below. Shamil Garden stamps. I was finally able to get my hands on some Shamil Garden stamps from her Instagram. You have to leave your notification on, and then you'll get a notice on your phone when she posts. And I was able to get the stamped, the numbers, and the one that's called Slow. Here is just a cutout from a brochure. This is from Pipit Zaka store. So cute, her packaging. She included some really nice bookmarks, or I guess paper clips, sorry. And I've already used some, but there's still 4 remaining there. You can kind of tuck it in something there if you like. It's her business card. This is packaging from the Shamil Garden, and some stenciling on the back there. Oh, I think, yeah, there's a... Finally decided to use the brass tag. It's actually on here right now, the Taiwan one. So I think I'm going to just journal about it on the back there. I guess when I first started, I always wondered, what do you do with these kind of journals? You can, for example, for this, you can journal about your specific day. It doesn't have to be about this specific packaging. If it's like a totally different packaging, you can journal about something that happened, or a funny joke, or something that your kid said. It could be anything. A wonderful Fuji paperclip here on the bottom that I received from Life at 30 something on Instagram. An old collage photo collage that I didn't end up using in my journals. Stuck them in there. This one, oh, this is just a leaf. I don't know the actual name of this leaf. I want to say yomogi, but I don't think it is. Yomogi, I think, it's more like has smaller, thinner leaves. But it's wrapped around like a dessert, a Japanese dessert. And I'm gonna ask my husband what it's called. But I love the smell of it, so I left it in there. I stamped a whole bunch of like these scrap papers, so I stuck that in there with this I purchased with love from Katrin. She has free shipping worldwide, so I really like her sticker sets. Some journaling I did, yes, on the back there. I sewed this doily and added a sticker. Some postcards. This is a postcard I received. I love these Wonder Woman stamps, they're so neat. And I just kind of used my neon dauber and added some color there. Courtney Diaz collage bits. Just some pattern paper from a pamphlet from Trashy. And this is just some journaling, and I just kind of stuck in this Traveler's Factory stamp, and I stamped there May 12th because that's when I journaled, I guess. So yeah, you can even like something small like this, you can journal something really short and stick it into your junk journal. It doesn't have to be like a long full page. This I cut up from a pamphlet or magazine, I think, and then I'm deciding where to stick it. I'm not too sure yet. So I have it tucked here in the pocket. This is the other side of the packaging. I received a wonderful package from London Gifties, and I had one of her lovely teas that she sent, so I just stuck that in there with a little bit of journaling. Picture of my son, so small, like his head was like anyways. Yeah, more distress stains there, more sewing random paper bits and ephemera together. Just kind of made that into a pocket. I have a lot of these like note papers. I think this one is from Tracy. Oh no, not Tracy, it's from Tiffany. She's on Instagram and on YouTube. She has really lovely journals. I believe I received this from her a while back, but I have a whole bunch of like these note papers, and sometimes I can't use them all, but I decided to, yeah, just sew. You can see there the sewing. Decided to just sew some paper bits, and it's perfect. It's perfect sizing. Some more of Courtney's collage bits. This is a pocket. This is actually Hokkaido packaging. Hokkaido is kind of like an art supply store, but yeah, it's a pocket, so you can stick something in there. Just a quote. More stenciling. These are just from, I think, from a magazine or pamphlet. I'm deciding where to stick. Just more sewing here. And then I stuck the date there as well. Some more distress stains. Oh, it's stuck there. And yeah, this is the other side of that blue donuts that I mentioned. So if you have something small like this and you don't know what to do, like it's patterned, so do you journal on top of it? Yeah, you can journal on top of it if you want to. You can also, and what I think I might just do right here on camera right now is, you can make it into a pocket. I think I want to add a bit of color. Let's make it into this one. You can make it into a pocket by just washi taping the edges down. So it's really, really easy. So you can either make it into like a secretarial pocket like that, or you can, you know, washi tape it here so it's just a top loading pocket. I think I kind of want to do it on the side, so I think I will just washi tape the sides down, and you can easily stick something in there. It's perfect. And it's a nice size. So yeah, if you feel like you don't know what to do with these kind of like smaller patterned pages, you can easily stick down with some washi and make it into a pocket. And that's it for this junk journal insert. I just did some stamping. If you want to see a flip through or setup of my olive edition. I guess it's been, I don't know, when did I do my last video on this? I'm not too sure. But if you want to see an updated version, just leave a comment down below. So there's that junk journal insert. I'm not too sure how long this video is, so I might have to split it into two. This is my Trashy junk journal. I did a swap with several people overseas on the Trashy junk journal Facebook group, and we swapped just random ephemera. And this paper, this actually is an envelope that everything was in. You can see there, and she stamped it with some really pretty stamps from the Netherlands, I believe. And then I just ended up sliding in a hardcover book. You can see there. I guess I can glue it down together a little bit later on, but it's just really simple. I feel like I don't have to take too much time with this because it's considered a, well, for me anyways, it's like more of a free-for-all, like a Trashy junk journal. I can stick whatever I want in there. So I decided to use this stamped envelope as the cover, and I just slid in a hardcover book that I gutted. And so with the Trashy junk journal swap that I did, we swapped several signatures. So you'll see the signature. I think this one is from America, and I just stuck really random bits. Like this one, I found my daughter chewing on this paper. This is like the first thing that I found her chewing on, so I stuck that in there. Just some stickers and like just even packaging. I stuck that in there. You can make it into a pocket by just putting some washi tape. You can stick whatever you want in there. Pocket there. Courtney Diaz collage. And the lady that swapped with me, she has several like pockets that she already made for me, which was really nice. And then I just kind of added some color on the back. You can see this is a calendar. This page is actually a calendar. This one is an envelope. She stuck a whole bunch of things, duct tape packaging. And so if you're confused with how you can use these, you can definitely journal on the back. You can apply paper or pattern paper on top of this to use as a bookmark or journaling as well. There's that. Picked this up after going to a shop at Sublo. So this really pretty postcard. So even a simple, small little space like this, you can still journal. But yeah, you can most definitely use this as like collage bits as well. I'm leaving these in here for now. But this is an envelope. I just stuck some washi tape on the edge there so you can kind of pop that open. It's a xoxo fountain pen packaging. This envelope here has some bits that she's included. I just stuck this Hobonichi, I believe this is from Hobonichi packaging. I cut out the girl. This packaging from a stamp, Happy Mail that I received from my Decorated Mess. And because I found it hard to journal, I just ripped out a piece of paper and I stuck it on the bottom so I can journal there. And same here, just ripped out a piece of blank paper so that I can still journal about this photo here. This one is just some paper. This one is a postcard. I just washi taped the edges and then I made it into a pocket. You can put some photo in there and some journaling cards. Some photos, and once again one of those note papers that I just ripped up so that I can journal. Picture here, and some paper again I stuck on so that I can journal, makes journaling easier. And same thing here. There's some blank space to journal. This I found it kind of hard. I'm most likely going to end up covering it up a little bit with some paper. And yeah, so even like these small little note cards you can use as journaling spots. Like for the example, something like this, it's probably like a flyer, it might be a little bit hard to journal on top of it. I mean, you still could, but yeah, just including something like a note card on top of it, you can journal. On this side, I just ended up cutting a pocket and using that there. You can journal about here and here. Here's just some random photos stuck. And my son put some stickers on here. I just cut out some piece of paper that I can journal on here. The lady stuck a postcard here, and then I stuck a Hobonichi, one of those Hobonichi girls on the back. Some more collage bits from Courtney Diaz. This is from 2 Cups Travels, and then Hobonichi, just some paper that you can journal on. London Gifties. The tube map from London, this is so neat. Some stickers. And the lady put in a whole bunch of stuff. So this is the other side of that pocket of the envelope. Some stamps, collage from Courtney Diaz. So even if it's something like this and there's no journaling space, I think that's totally okay. I ended up using a lot of the photos that I have left that I don't end up using in my traveler's notebook, and sometimes they're duplicates, and I think that's totally okay. I can still journal there on the back, but even if it's just something like this, I think it's really, really nice to have. For me anyways, I like to look at something physical instead of just having it on my phone or computer. There's that. I have the stationery selection paper that I wanted to keep. It's nice. This lady lined her envelope with some really pretty tissue paper. Some more of Courtney Diaz's collage bits. This one is from Tisha Moore, I believe, and then I just tried to mimic these images here. This one is from My Life at 30 Something, and she sent me a really nice package for my birthday a while back, but I wanted to keep this envelope because it was so nice, and so I kept it in there. I just washi taped it, and I could stick a whole bunch of stuff in there. And this signature is from the Netherlands, and I still have to, this is from a haul, this packaging is from Pipit Zaka. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but it's so pretty. I posted a picture on my Instagram, but I'm figuring out how I want to stick it in here. This, I received some wonderful candies and Happy Mail from Desiree. And so, yeah, these are, I guess, like flyers and a really nice big doily, or maybe it's like a placemat. Here's more of that sewing bits that I tried doing. So I think, yeah, and then I added a whole bunch of photos there. And I just wanted to quickly show you something. And then lastly is this beautiful journal from Johanna. So pretty, and I have been sticking photos of my kids. I want to use this more for my kids, and they're like more celebratory things, things that I get from my son's school or daycare, and yeah. So some pages are a lot more personal, so I hide them, but I stick in like drawings that he does, my son does, pictures of my daughter. I just love these like pages, like these types of pages that she's included. If you want to see a full flip through of this physical journal, she has it on her YouTube that you can check out. And this one is really nice. I have one side it's my son, and then the other side is my daughter. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly show you. You'll notice in the video, I don't know if she actually shows it, but she's sent some ephemera too. So I've ended up using one of those bits here. I just kind of washi taped it and stuck some glue on the bottom, so it's kind of like a pocket. And we got this when we went to, I believe, Kamakura, the visitor center. And I still need to do some journaling, but this one so far I've just been sticking down a whole bunch of photos and artwork that my son has been, that I have been keeping. And finally, he's so small there. Sorry. Yeah, just sticking a whole bunch of photos. I'm just loving these paper that she's using. I don't know, I can't bear myself to stick anything on top. And I think that's totally okay. It's, you know, it's when you receive something like this, or you have a journal and you have a piece of paper that you really like, I think it's totally okay not to journal on top of it. It's just brings me joy, so I feel like I'm just going to leave it as is so I can look at it. I have plenty of journaling space here. So there's that, more paintings. My daughter, I've started journaling here and there, but yeah, it's mainly just photos and finally getting the pictures out and using them instead of just keeping them stashed away. Just a really lovely journal. I don't think I have anything in here. I have some bits of pieces here in this pocket, but I think that's it for the rest of this book. It's such a pretty journal. There's that.